Hi everybody, my name is Dan and welcome to my kitchen for another episode of Man Cake. Today we're going to be celebrating Independence Day by making a very rustic July 4th cake. Everything we're going to be using and all the steps and directions are going to be down below in the description. And if you're new to the channel and like to stay up to date, be sure to click that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any delicious recipes or all these crazy cake ideas that I need to get out of my head. So cake talk, we're going to be using two 8-inch round cakes and two 6-inch round cakes. I'm going to level them so we have 4 total cakes, starting with our first bottom layer of 8-inch cake. On our turntable, we're going to add delicious vanilla buttercream. I'll throw that link down below also in case you want to try it. And then we're going to go ahead with our straight spatula and just smooth it out a little bit. And then add on our second layer of 8-inch vanilla cake. Then we're going to cover the outside and the little gap between both cakes with more vanilla buttercream. And then with our offset spatula, we're going to smooth out the top. And then work our way to the sides and give that a nice smooth over. Make it nice and smooth. Now let's go back in with our bench scraper and make sure the whole sides, these circles have sides, nice and smooth. And clean, smooth sides and edges and all that fun stuff. Now by this time, I'm sure you're starting to see all the buttercream kind of creep up to the sides. So to get nice flat edges, we're going to take our offset spatula and lightly hang it on the side and just give it a nice little brush. Now with our 8-inch cake fully done, let's go ahead and let it chill out in the fridge for a little bit while we work on our royal icing stars, because it wouldn't be the 4th of July without lots of stars. So we're going to take some white royal icing and just pipe it along some stars stenciled on our parchment paper. And we'll do some nice thick outlines of our stars. Now that we have our stars outlined, let's go in and fill our stars with more royal icing. And there are our delicious royal icing stars. So let's go ahead and scoot those over to the side and let them dry out for a little bit. Grab our 8-inch cake and dive in with more delicious vanilla buttercream. And you really just want to pipe on the buttercream. And once your buttercream is all piped on, we're going to go back in with our bench scraper. And while turning our table, we're going to smooth out the sides of the cake. Next, we're going to go ahead and use, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got like little teeth, helps making stripes on the cake. And it wouldn't be 4th of July without white and red stripes. So we're going to go ahead and use the teeth side of the comb or the bench scraper. And we're just going to turn our cake while we press this just straight up against the buttercream. And it's going to give us nice ridges that we're going to be able to go back in and fill with red buttercream, because red and white stripes. Keeping that theme. And with our indents now on our cake, let's go back in with red buttercream, and we want to pipe just a small line as we're turning that cake to give us that nice layer of white and red and white and red and white and red and so on and so on. Now using our flat-edged bench comb, we're going to go ahead and smooth out the sides and stripes of our cake. And now our 8-inch cake is all done, so let's go ahead, pop that back in the fridge and let it chill out for a little bit. Grab our 6-inch bottom layer cake, place it on our turntable and start piping on nice thick borders of white vanilla buttercream. And we'll do more of, I think, for this layer, like a nice bullseye type thing going on there. And in between the white layers, we're going to go ahead and pipe on the rest of our red buttercream. And then toss on our second layer of 6-inch cake. Got it that time. And just like our first tier of cake, we're going to go ahead and cover this bad boy with delicious vanilla buttercream. And slap on some more on top of the cake. And then back in with our offset spatula, we're going to go ahead and just make sure the whole cake is covered with our buttercream. And then we'll smooth it out with our bench scraper. And clean up the edge of our cake with our offset spatula, just like we did with our first tier. You know, nice and gently press up and just give a nice little swoop. Just a swoop. And there is our second tier of 6-inch vanilla cake, all covered and ready for stacking and all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead, move this to the fridge, let it chill out and get it nice and cool, and reset. Let me clean up my mess a little bit, and we'll come back and stack and decorate and just enjoy some yummy cake. So both tiers of our cake are nice and chilled. I've already went ahead and put our straws into our first bottom tier of cake. You want to make sure that they're nice and tight together, so this way when the cake board sits on them, there's no wobbly or they don't start to lean a little bit. We don't want that. We want a nice rustic Independence Day cake. So let's go ahead and move our 6-inch tier gently on top. Then we're going to take some white chocolate dyed blue, because you know, red, white, and blue, that's the theme. And we're going to do a nice little drip along the top tier of the cake. Be nice and generous with the white chocolate. Then we're going to add some more white chocolate drip in between both tiers of our cake. This way it's just lots of blue. And to finish off, we're going to take our royal icing stars and just cover them and place them anywhere you want to on your rustic red, white, and blue cake. Fun tip, if there are any imperfections like there might be here, you can use your stars to kind of keep those hidden a little bit. Just a little boop, boop, stars all over the place. Cover any sort of, cake that may have not been fully covered because it's really humid and it's really hot and it's, that sort of thing. And lastly, we're going to top with some red and white and blue and white marbled little fondant balls on top to give it kind of just a nice, rustic, unique appeal. Why not? More red, white, and blue, the better. And once you're done decorating, you will have your rustic red, white, and blue with red, white, and stripes and blue chocolate, white chocolate drips. I forgot what I put on the cake. But you will have your delicious cake. It's vanilla cake. It's so good. The buttercream is just perfect. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to subscribe down below and ring that bell, because I will be right back tomorrow with another delicious recipe, or maybe a cake design. I'll try at least. Who knows? You gotta ring that bell and subscribe to find out. And if you are making your own festive July 4th desserts and treats and yummy party snacks, give a tag on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, Let me see what you're making in your kitchen. And I will see you very soon, like I said, tomorrow, with either yummy dessert or a fun cake. You gotta subscribe to find out though. I will see you guys soon. Bye.